Hello, Rohit.
Yep. Yes.
All right. So I hope I'm visible and audible. Nice. Cool.
Yep.
So should we start, Rohit?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah. So so first things first. This is a note to all the people in the meet. Let's be interactive today. This is an informative session. So I hope you'll be having a lot of doubts, and feel free to put them in the Q&A section. And all your doubts will be addressed at the end of the section. So be patient and enjoy. So I'll start with the formal introduction. A very good morning to everyone present in this meet, to all the students, coders, brainiacs, mathletes. Um, we are here today to discuss about HashCode and get more insights about it. So HashCode is a global event, and we're all here to compete in the global market. Definitely. And because you're in PCCoE, this is something we really need to do and we really need to prove it to the world. So I'm aware that this is your weekend and we won't be taking much of your time. But I mean, I don't think coders really have a weekend life. I mean, look at Rohit, look at Sahil. Everyone is just coding all day and stuff. So, I mean, get used to this thing. All right, so let's dive in about what hashcode actually is. So, HashCode is Google's team-based programming language. So there are two terms here: team-based and programming competition, which allows you to share your skills and connect with other coders. Now, the most fascinating part about this event, according to me, is that the problems which are given to you are actually Google's real world problems, which means the problems which Google itself encounters while dealing with the outer world. So these problems are modeled similar in that way. So you'll be actually dealing with real world problems, and it's really quite interesting. All right, so moving on to the timeline. Um, as we can see, okay, next slide, please. Right. So we've got, as you can see, 11 more days in hand before the registration actually ends. Um, so the registration will be followed by a practice round lasting for only 1 day. So this round will be similar to the qualification round, and you can get your hands all dirty in this round and practice everything. So this round will be followed by the actual qualification round, which is the first round. Now the constraint for this round are the team will be consisting of minimum 2 members and a maximum 4 members, and this will be a purely online round. So you all are free to join in the virtual hash code hubs which are created. So PCCO is actually a virtual hub. If you don't know what a hub is or more about it, we will be getting it. Will be getting it to you. So my friend Rahul will talk about hubs later. Right. So during the qualification round, you will actually watch the YouTube live hosted by Google itself, and Google will tell you what the problem statement is. So you will see the problem statement in the live stream, and you will be given only 4 hours to plan your solution and code accordingly. So in those 4 hours, you will have to optimize the problem and the solution. And the best part about it is you will have the programming language of your own choice. Right. So there are no constraints on the programming language whatsoever. And this is a win-win for us. Now, the top teams from the qualification round will be invited to the virtual World Finals. I know that sounds a little bit intimidating, but yes, World Finals, and where you all will work together to solve another problem, which will be modeled by again Google itself. And after you win or get a considerable rank in the virtual World Finals, you will be winning cash prizes and goodies, etc., by Google. Right. So this was all about the hash code flow. I briefed you guys about it, and Rohit will be dropping the link in the chat box. So for more information, you can visit the link, read about hash code, and register there. All right. So having said this, this was all the basic introduction and the flow about hash code. And now my friend Rahul will take over. Thank you.
Am I audible, Tejas?
Yes, Rahul, you're audible.
Okay, thank you, Tejas, for such a great introduction to the HashCode competition. Now we will actually get into the competition thing. How does the competition goes? What are the things involved? What you are expected to do in the competition? What type of problem statement is going to be there, and how one can tackle the problem statement? All the things we will be discussing now. Okay, so let's now get acquainted with the competition, how the competition is framed, and what one person is needed to do, what the teams are expected to do. Okay, so as told by Tejas only, real world Google problems will be given to you, and these primarily are based on the Google apps only, the Google services that Google provide. Okay, so last year the problem statement was on Google Maps. It was related to traffic signaling. Okay, the problem statement can be based on YouTube or Google Drive as well, and any of the Google services which they are providing. Okay, now past to past year, the problem statement was based on Google libraries as well. I guess if I'm not wrong. So it is like this. So one Google product will be chosen and a problem statement that the Google engineers are facing in that. Those will be propagated to you, and you can put in your ideas, put in your implementation, run the test case, and submit the answer to get to know what score you are scoring off. Okay, the problem is basically an optimization problem. And you're expected to work in a team together to optimize the solution, to come up with a solution, intuitive solution, and implement it and try to solve it. Okay. Uh, Now, when I say optimization, so here optimization, we generally think in the competitive programming aspect that optimization means time complexity wise optimization, but there is no such thing. Even if you don't know competitive programming, just the basic thing that you need to know is a basic programming language, basic constructs of it, and that's pretty much all you need to just implement whatever you are thought of. That is what the whole and sole requirement is. So never think like if I'm not doing CPE, if I'm not having a proper programming background. No, there is no need of it. You just need to know one language and be able to implement anything that you can think of into that programming language. That's all you need. Okay. So optimization problem here does not mean the optimization, but optimization means you will have to come up with the idea and intuition that you will be implementing over there, and we can expect that it would be giving us good results. Okay, so it is not like a programming competition, like competitive programming competition, or like a hackathon. In competitive programming competition, uh, you're expected to solve 5 to 6 problems. Here, you're expected to solve one single problem. The problem statement in the competitive programming is generally one page, but here you will be getting around 10 pages, 10 to 15 pages of a single problem statement, and it will be modeled to a real world problem. Okay, and unlike the hackathon where you are expected to solve a problem, a very abstract problem statement, building your own solution, and then putting efforts for maybe week to monthly basis, and then you're developing the product. Here you are not expected to develop a product. Here you can say that you are just expected to develop a script that represents your idea, and that will be run by the online judge. So that is the thing. Okay, so optimization means a problem will be given, you will have to think a solution on that, and then generally the problems that are given do not have a proper solution or 100% solution. Okay, so it is not a thing that you will be seeing the problem statement and you will be like, "Ki, what logic I can put in there, what I can do here, how can I implement it, can I use DP here, can I use graphs here?" No, nothing like that. It's not an competitive programming problem that you will have to be all clear to pass the examination. No, it is not like that. The problem itself is, as said, Google engineers problem, which the engineers are also facing, and they what they need from you is an idea, is an intuition that you are putting over there, right? So the problem statement is not a complete, does not have a complete solution. You are expected to come up with a solution that you think can work and can produce the best possible results. Okay, and then you will be implementing that, and then according to the scores that you are getting, you will be ranked over there. So now we have understood what the problem statement is, and how the actual thing happens and what you are expected to do. Now let's see the scoring thing. The scoring thing, again, it's very different, it's very different over here. Okay, so how basically the scoring happens is, as I said to you, that there may not exist a proper solution for the problem. So you are again not expected to develop a proper solution. Okay, so the scoring is based such that there are certain rules over there that you need to follow. That for the last year example, if you can take last year example, there was a Google Maps street signaling problem over there. So the scoring according to that, there was a simulation being run, and how many cars are they reaching their destination on what time, that was used to decide the scores of the teams for the scores of the test cases. Various test cases were there, around 8 to F around 7 to 8 test cases were there, and you have to run your solution on the test cases, and then you have to submit it to the online judge. Now this is how the scoring actually happens, and based on your scores you will be ranked globally, you will be ranked countrywide, you will be ranked according to your virtual hubs as well. So be ready to participate in virtual hubs to just make the contest more exciting. Now it's easy for me to say this, and but I know personally that ज़्यादा दिमाग में गया नहीं होगा. So better if I can just show you few things. Okay, so I will be presenting my whole screen now, so just give me two minutes. Okay, Tejas, is it visible, my whole screen?
Yes, yes, it's visible.
Okay. So I will be showing you the setup that we had made for the last year. Okay, I have those files in my computer only. So so basically you will be provided with test cases. Firstly, you will be provided with the problem here only. This is an important thing because this competition is totally different than whatever you have been giving over. So, and what we felt from our experience is that understanding the competition is very essential thing in here. because the one who has understood the competition, the format of the competition, and what you are expected to do can actually perform better. And at that point, we were also making the mistakes, but we were lucky enough to get to know that in very early stage of the competition. But most of the teams which I saw did not perform well, had the problem that they were not even aware of what they are expected to do. So I'm taking some time to explain that to you. Okay. So here is the problem statement. You will be given a PDF of 10 to 15 pages, and you will be explained, the introduction will be given, the task and all the objects that are involved in the problem statement will be given brief about. Again, so this whole comes brief about the problem statement. Some simulations will also be given, some graphics also will be given for better understanding. Okay. And after that, the input format, the file format, input format will also be given, and the output that you're expected to give will also be given. This output file that you will be generating we will be submitting it to the online judge, and that output file will be simulated over there to count your scores. Okay. So this is the problem statement. First, you can take 10 to 15 minutes to just read the problem statement. It's going to be a 10 to 15 pages problem statement. And the more time you put in there to better understand the problem statement, you can come up with the solution. I know this might be seeming like thrill or something, but don't get frightened, because even we were frightened in pages PDF, and then we read the problem statement, and we were actually like confused what should be our next step. But as I said, there does not needs to be a perfect solution to this. So whatever you can come up with a solution, you can implement and score the points. Okay. And you will be basically ranked on the base of rank on the base of solution that you are proposing, so the scoring that you will be getting. So it's like an idea kind of thing that you need to implement over here. So this is the problem statement. This is how you will be given the problem statement, and you will be given a zip file containing all the test cases. Now what and that is all you will be given, and an online platform will be given to you for the submission as well. Okay, so these are the three things you will be given: problem statement, and input files, and the online test platform, where you will have to submit the output to this. You will not have to submit the code. That is one thing that I want to that I want all people to note. You will not be to submit the code. You will be given an option the code that you have used, but that is not a compulsory thing. And you will not be executing your code on the online judge, but you will be executing it on your own machine only. Okay, so let me show you the setup that we have done. We had, okay, so these are the input files that I am talking about: txt, b.txt, and likewise. So these are the test cases and input files. Uh, you can download these test cases, and you can extract the zip file to get all the test cases over here. Then you will have to model a script which will basically implement your idea. So this was our code last year for the Google Maps state signaling problem. And so basically, if you can see, I'm not sure if all must not be knowing about C++, but what knowledge in a language that you are expected to know is that you will have to input, you will have to take input from a file. So you should be able to, or you should know how to take input from a file in that particular programming language, maybe Python, Java, or C++, anyone. Okay, so this is where we are taking the input, and then basically where we are processing the input, and along with that we are also processing the output. We are processing output, and then output being streamed over here in the fsol.txt file. So these two things you will surely need. So whatever programming language you are choosing, just make sure you know how to take input from a file and put input in a file. So because you will have to submit these files. Okay, right? So now, for example, I have this f.txt file open here for taking the input, and I'm writing my output in fsol.txt, that is fsolution.txt file. And I run my script and I get the output file. Okay, if I can just do, maybe we can do with the a.txt file to get a solution.txt file, and we can simply run to get the output generated. You will be doing this to generate output for all the files, all the test cases, and in each submission, you are expected to submit all the output files, right? So here we are don't have solution for a test case, and now we have generated that. Okay, so this is our solution. This is how you will be generating your outputs in a text file, and this text file you will have to submit over there, right? Okay, and based this output files will be used to simulate your logic, and scores will be counted, right? I hope you might must have understood what the competition is more like to be and what things you will be requiring. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, so now I hope you understand how the scoring actually works and what things are necessary for you to score. Now to talk more about, okay, so this is how you will be submitting your test cases. So these are the 7 test cases A to F, uh, and these are the points that we had scored last year. So something similar to this, online judge will provide you that for each test cases you will be expected to provide a text output text file, and that output text file will be evaluated to get the scores. One thing to notice here is that if you have crossed a certain score over here, maximum score for suppose C file, then any of the further solution that you will be submitting, and if that solution has less score than the maximum one, then this maximum score will stay. Okay, so basically what one thing you can do and we had also done is that frame a this test case is basically one thing to note here. These test cases are the actual test cases over here. They represent different approaches, they represent different scenarios. Okay, so firstly you will be creating a very generalized solution that will not care about the test cases, right? And you will be getting some amount of pi points, like we had got around 3 million points for the very generalized solution that we had proposed. And the solution then we saw the test cases, various test cases. We saw some pattern over there, what scenarios they are representing, and for that scenario we tweaked our code over there, and then we ran again, and then we again submitted the output files, and then we got some more points in those respective test cases. So this is what you can do, even even not a legal thing to do or not a very good thing to do, but we had also done some random changes in the code, just some random changes, and took the output again and submitted it again. And for our luck part, maybe we also got some amount of points for that thing as well. So these test cases are varying. So you will have to do things like this to get more points. Even you can, if you're good with programming, and if the member of 4 teams, if you are coming up with 2 ideas, 2 people in the team can implement those 2 ideas on different machine on their machine, and then you can submit that outputs to the online judge. So whatever the best idea would be for that particular test case, you will be getting maximum points over there. So it's all about scoring the points. You don't need to be ethical here. You don't need to be anything like why should we do this or should we actually do it. Just you can throw some random lots as well in the code. Okay, so in the last 1 hour we had also done this because there was no any idea that we could have come off, and the one we had implemented was the best one we could have come off. So so you can do things like this, and this is one of the suggested method as well. Okay. Okay. So now now to talk about the virtual hubs, I would like to invite Sahil.
Okay, so hola guys, this is Sahil. So am I audible? Tejas and Rahul?
Yes, you are audible.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
So So Rahul has explained about all the technicalities of the challenge, about how to perceive the hash code problem statement, how to participate in teams, and how to actually do the coding. But talking about the few technical terms called known as hubs. So we need to get familiar with hubs also. So what are hubs? First of all, when Rahul also mentioned that we will be participating, or we will be coming in a hub. So first we need to understand what is a hub. So first of all, we will be going with the what we can say dictionary definition of the hub. So hub are participant organization groups of hashcode teams that are affiliated with a university, office, or organization. They are designed to allow you to connect with your local developer community. So this might seem very overwhelming, but let me very simplify this for you. So a hub is a community of different teams from a same locality. So for example, if you all guys are from PCCoE, so we have a GDSC hub here in the PCCoE, so you can all register to the GDSC hub. It is just to make the competition more interesting on a local level. So for example, if there are 5 teams or there are maybe 50 teams from our college, so how to increase the competition from our college? So for that, Google has provided an idea to create hubs in a college. Not in a college, in localities also there are hubs. So for example, if there are 10 teams in our college, so they all will be from a GDSC club. So when you will be participating in any of the competition, so you will be also seeing the rankings of the hub. So the rankings which will be showed to you will be the hubs ranking. So in your hub where you are, in the country where you are, and in globally where you stand. So hub is generally a thing, or you can means think it of like that, a participant organization where different teams are under a hub. So the competition, local competition should increase. So joining hub, let me clear it. Joining a hub is optional. You are not necessarily means instructed to join a club, but if we join a club, it's great way to connect with your team, and you'll also get the notifications whenever any if any of the team goes on the top of the list, or any of the team can precede you, or it's below you, or you can just see where your colleagues are and what teams are you going. So for example, when we had a Google hash code, we didn't join any club, but now there is a GDSC PCCoE club. The link will be shared in the chat box soon. So whenever you form your team, you can just join the club, join the hub to increase the competition and for better results. Next slide, please. So coming to the next point is who can participate. So first of all, there are two things here which are very important. First of all, anyone who is a student or a working professional can participate. It's not only limited to a student. Uh, a good point to note is working professional also can participate in the competition. So this statement alone explains the level of the competition, because this is not a competitive programming, just a simple competitive programming what you can say, a challenge. As Rahul has already explained, this is an optimization statement or optimization problem. So you need to give your mind, you need to, there's no perfect solution to this, just you the much you can optimize, the much you will score. This is the thing. And don't be like that we need to find an accurate solution for this problem statement, an accurate solution for this thing, then only we will submit as early as possible, get as many points as possible, and keep optimizing. There might be a case that your solution is not getting points, so then there's a chance to shift it, or there's a chance to just dump it and start with a new solution. But as if you are getting some of this, even a bit of score, we got 3 million points, that was a bit less score, but when we tried to optimize it, we were increasing it, we already increased it to 50%, so that we got a good score. So the first point was anyone, student or a working professional, can join or participate in the hashcode competition. The second is the requirements to join or to participate in the competitions. First is you should all have a Google account. So I guess everyone has a Google account, and because you have joined this uh, event, so you have a Google account. And second thing, which is important, which may not be with you, is the Google competitive profile. Google competitive profile. So Google competition profile is a simple profile which Google asks you to participate in any of the competition, may it be hashcode or any other Google coding competition. So this is very simple. Just go on, just type in Google competitive profile or Google competition profile create, and you will get a link. Just with the Google login only, you can create a Google competitive profile, and if you have these two things, you are set to go. So next point comes here is so this was about participation and the criteria. So next point is to how to participate in teams and how the teams will work. So first is that you can participate in teams of 2 to 4, 2, 3, or 4 members can be in a team. There should be a team lead and there should be a team members. So for example, there are 4 people. So first member should be a team lead. So whoever is the team lead need to register their team on the hashcode side. Whenever you go on the hashcode side, you will see the section of teams or register a new team. So for example, I am a team leader, so I'll be going to the hashcode side. I'll be registering my team from name, for example, Sahil's team. I'm just taking this for example's sake, Sahil's team. So this will be my team for the HashCode side. And now I need to send that team code or the team link or the invitation link, what we call it, to my members via any medium. So when I share that link, so they will click on the invitation link and they will be joining the team. But it is important that when they join the when they are joining from the invitation link, they should also have their Google competitive profile or Google competition profile. So this is important. So let me repeat it. The team member have to go to the HashCode site and register for the team, copy the invitation link or send the invitation link to all the members who wanted to join, and only 2 to 4 members are allowed. So this was about the participation. This is very simple. Might seem overwhelming to you, but when you go to the HashCode site, even leader and the teammates is very simple process. Trust me. So coming to the benefits, why are you doing this? So benefits, first of all, why are you doing this? Because it interests you. This is the biggest benefit, I would say. But there are other benefits also. So first of all, you will get a certificate from the Google for participation as well. And if you get a star or if you get a score, uh, I don't know if the score or star is visible on the certificate, but you get a certificate in 7 days from Google that you scored this much score, and this is just for recognizing you that you participated and you were able to optimize the solution. So this is the just a certificate to all the participants who have got the score. I'm repeating it. Who have got the score? If you haven't got any score, you won't get any certificate. This is important. So that is why we are Rahul and I are focusing on the statement more and more that you need to submit or you need to submit as quickly as possible to get the score. Second thing is cash prize for the world final winners. So this is important that if you just clarified the first qualification round, which was already mentioned in the timeline. After that, you will be going to the world finals, world finals, and if you win there, hope so you will win. So if you win there, you will getting the cash prize, and cash prize varies from year to year. I'm not exactly knowing the amount uh, which is pooled this time, but there will be cash prize for the winner, and exciting goodies will also be there. We haven't mentioned goodies here because they are optional. Google sometimes sends the goodies and sometimes don't, so exciting goodies might be there. So the third point is yes, means this is very abstract that you can showcase the if you get any of the score you can showcase on your resume or LinkedIn, because the problem which you will be solving here, it is not like a simple competitive programming problem or a simple what we can say a simple problem. It is a problem of optimization because the script of the problem or the level of the problem there will be 10 to 15 pages. Once you have, because some people only just they are not able to read the problem statement and they are just done that this is very tough or this is very hard. But when you go to the depth of the problem statement, when you read the problem statement very accurately, then you get to know that the problem statement simplifies to a simple part. And once you simplify the problem statement to a simple part, then it's very easy. So this is the actual recognition. What I can say that if you have scored any of the point, then your level of reading or level of understanding a problem is very high. So fourth is experience, as experience counts very much that whenever you even when you will go in the industry or any of the thing, you'll get to know that in industries also there are problem statement like there is no perfect solution to anything. Just there's a solution and you need to optimize it. So this is also a key point or a benefit which we count in the benefits of this HashCode competition. And the most important thing I wanted to highlight here is that not only your score will be reflected here, your country's score will be also reflected here. For example, there are 1 lakh participants or 1 lakh teams from India. How much score each of the team will make will add them, and that will be the score of India. So team wise or the country wise ranking is also there. So last year, by developers grace, India was on the first position and was leading by, you can see on the screen, was leading by a mile. So all the countries were way before and India was in the first. So if you are a nationalist or if you are means an enthusiast who want to make your country win, so you can participate a small kind of what we can say a small thing by participating and scoring good thing. This is just for motivation. I already told you Google is very focusing on motivation, therefore they have country scores, therefore they have hub scores, and therefore they have team scores also. Next slide please. So we were team SARK. So now I would request Rahul to please start on our experience, and then I'll continue.
Okay, thank you, Sahil. So basically, particularly in our uh, basically there was no awareness about Google Hashcode. We were only knowing about the Google GSOC, Google Kickstart. Those are competitions, coding competitions from Google only. So HashCode, basically, even I was not aware of it. I just got a mail from Google that this competition is going to be there. Just a promotional email, actually, and from there I got to know about it. So I researched on YouTube what actually it is, and then I decided to participate in here. And then I got to my classmates, asked them if they want to join, if they want to participate with me, because as I said, this is a team competition and you really need a team to be over there. So what problem I faced over there, and the thing that the most important thing that I'm here to address is that this you don't require competitive programming knowledge here. This is a very big myth over here. This competition is totally different. Okay, as I said, and I will stand on that, that you just need one programming language and just basic knowledge of it, just a quite good enough knowledge that you can implement whatever you can think of. That much knowledge, it's all what you require, and just an idea. That idea anyone can get. No need to be a programmer for that, right? So that is the only thing that you will need. So don't think that if you're not doing computer programming, if you're not doing really great, if you're not doing really great with programming, if you're not doing an internship, no, these kind of things don't count here. You just need on programming language knowledge, and that's it. Okay, even in in the team of four, there can be only one developer only, the one person who will be developing the script. Okay, so it is not again a thing. So you all can participate in this competition, right? So so that is the problem that I faced over there, that people were not aware of the competition, even including me. That includes me as well. Just the thing, I got some information from YouTube, I researched about it, and then I formed my team. At I guess last year, from the IT department, I know there were only 2 to 3 teams only there. Okay, and from and seeing that, I actually had a thought that if this competition is going to be easy or difficult over there, because no one has had any idea. Even I asked our HOD ma'am if anyone can guide us about that, but there was no guidance over there. So just the YouTube thing that we had. So then I formed my team, and we were together. The team SARC, that is Sahil, Akshay, Rahul, and Kaustubh, the initials of us. We were not really great to coin up a really great name, so we just took this. Okay, and so many people will ask what preparation one can do. So personally, I feel you really did not need to do any preparation for this. Yes, this is a competition, something like that, that you actually don't need a preparation for it. Okay, so as I said, the basic requirements, if you are fulfilling the basic requirements, there is not much thing that you can do apart from just through the last year problems, the solutions that people have submitted. These extra efforts you can do, and on your side. But as far as the preparation is concerned, it's okay if you're not doing anything. There is only practice, say a practice contest that you can give, and that is also to just get an idea about the contest. As I said, the idea, the actual thing which you are expected to do is really important here. So that is why, just to get an idea, you should must go through the problem statement that is provided in the practice session, and just try to submit how the submission works, how the online judge works, just to get acquainted with it, so that you can spare that time when the actual coding competition is going to run. Okay, so the similar thing we had done, we were actually kind of busy over there, and we were not very enthusiastic about this. So that was the reason that we had not practiced. But after the competition, we felt that there is actually not need no any need to do the preparation. So as I said, we didn't had any preparation. So just to get an idea about the competition, the competition was on 25th Feb. We met on 24th of Feb, and we gave the practice contest. In that as well, we just saw the problem statement, how the problem statement will look like, how the problem statement will look like, how the submission will work, and we spent only over there just to get idea, just to get acquainted, and just to get familiar with the platform that they are providing. Okay, so this is the whole and sole preparation that we had done. Okay, but I would suggest, if you have time, you can just give the practice contest for 4 hours. If your teammates are ready, that will be really beneficial to you. And along with that, if you can just go through the past year problem statements and see the solution that people have proposed, so you can get a better idea what the competition is. And now when I say that why I'm saying there is no need of practice, or you can just skip the practice, because there are not a lot of things that you can do here. As I said, the problem statement will be totally new, right? So and optimization problem statements. So you will have to come up with the logic, with the idea at the point of competition only. Okay, so there is not much thing you can do about that. What you can do you can put in efforts for the programming language that you're choosing. As I said, just get an idea how to read input and write output to the files, so that you will not have to search about it when the competition is live. Okay, so just get that idea, and that's pretty much enough in the programming thing you will need to do. Okay, so we appeared for the the competition. Yeah, this it was 4 hours competition, and it was starting at, I guess, uh, 12 p.m. I'm not sure about it, but 12 a.m. 12 a.m. So we had a Google Meet over there, and we were watching the live stream that was being streamed by the Google, and they were explaining all the things. And okay, one more thing: the online platform is not a restrictive platform over there, so you can Google up things, you can join the Google Meets, you can code on your own platform. These all are acceptable over there, so you can there is no compulsion that you will have a software over there which will be capturing your camera and all this thing that we are actually facing right now. So there are no such type of restrictions. It's an open competition over there. Okay, so we started with the Google Meet, and the problem statement was floated. We took around 15 minutes. We decided to read the problem statement, and if you have time, just come up with some solution if you can. At that time, the biggest mistake we were doing, and for the purpose only that we are sharing our experience, mistake. Even when we had all the idea how the going to be, we were doing mistake over there. Around 30 to 45 minutes approach it, but we are lucky enough that we got to know very early about it. So what mistake we were doing, basically we took 15 minutes for reading the problem statement, which is a good thing, not a bad thing. And after that, the way we were approaching, the way we were thinking, all of us, 4 of us were thinking to get a perfect solution to that. We programmer, we generally do competitive programming, or we solve some problem. So our tendency is like that, we try to format a solution which will fit in there and which can pass all the things. But as I said, this is an optimization problem. You don't need to be have a perfect solution. So this mistake we all 4 of us were doing. I realized that this is not going to work, and then we had allotted 30 minutes to think of a solution. And the mistake we were doing is to find a perfect solution. So in the 15-minute gap only, we again gathered in the Google Meet, and then we discussed how it is going to be, how to approach actually. So at that time we decided that just come up with any optimization solution that you can think of, even if it is not the optimized one. Just get a solution which we can implement to get the points. That's all. Okay. So then in the meet only for the 5 minutes we were discussing some solutions, and then we finalized one, and then we started implementing that. And surprise, that solution was one of the optimized solution over there. And in the very first go of our submission, we got 3 million points. So it was kind of a good solution that we had proposed. Okay, so that was really motivating for us, and that actually gave us that kickstart and that idea that how we are going to do this competition. Before that, we were very confused about the competition, and then now we had idea. So I decide, would you like to talk about later part?
Hmm. Yes. So Rahul has already explained till the problem or the issue, what we did with the problem statement. We were just trying to actually solve the problem statement to its 100% extent. We were not knowing that it's an optimization problem statement, and we and I remember it was 12:30 at the night. We will all scrambling our heads to find the solution of the problem statement. But when we got to know and just we went, just there's some sticky head in the group always. That was me. I was just scrolling through the what we can say, the leaderboard of the India's leaderboard and the Hub's leaderboard, and I saw they have uh, almost 50% of them has submitted a solution, and then they have got some points. So then we realized that this is not the way we have to approach the problem statement, or what are we missing. So then we had a Google Meet, as I already told. 30 minutes have passed, and the situation is now we are having a Google Meet, and in the Google Meet we are discussing that our problem statement is not the way we are approaching it. So we resentenced our problem statement, and we tried to find just a solution, not a complete solution, just a solution which should give us some points. So then we took 15 to 20 more minutes. After 15 to 20 minutes, it was 1 hour done with a competition. We were having zero score. Then we came up with a solution, and we combined to make a solution. The solution was in C++, which Rahul has already shared with you. The C++ solution, let me clarify one thing to you. At that time, two of us were not familiar with C++. We just were familiar with Java. But programming language didn't work because the logic was very clear. So we just prepared the logic and we gave the logic to a person who can code in C++. That was Rahul. Rahul prepared a C++ code, and we were all guiding him on the Google Meet. So when we prepared the solution, we were lucky enough to get 3 million points at that time. The single time we submitted the solution. Submitting the solution is a bit tricky. As Rahul has already told you that we need to download the input files, then we need to run it on the online compiler, and afterwards then we need to submit the output code. So we got 3 million points, and we were like, bingo, we have won the competition. But that was not like that. We were very behind. Then we thought to optimize the solution, because we know that our solution is correct to some extent. For example, it was a Google Map trafficking problem. So from 100 vehicles, maybe in example, 30 vehicles were happy with the problems answer which we have suggested. But all the test cases were not giving us the correct solution. There were 2 to 3 test cases which were giving us zero score. Means we know that there was a loophole in our problem statement, or somewhere we were missing something. Because if a solution is correct, so we need to get at least some points for every solution, right? So then we refactored our code. We went back. We had the Google meeting was completely on all for complete 4 hours. Then we went to the Google Meet, discussed something, and we were moving to the code. We were running through the code, running new test cases, making new test cases, and then we got to know that there was one for loop which was running infinitely. There was a while loop which was running infinitely, which was making two of the test cases run. What we can say for zero, we were getting zero score because in the infinite loop the compiler was rejecting the output. So then we resolved that issue, and fortunately, the two test cases showed up and gave us a score. Then our score went slightly up. It went to 6 million or 5 million. And afterwards, when at the last, when we got to know that yes, now our solution is perfectly fine, then also there was one test case which was not showing up, and this was the first test case. So we were at the point, we were so exhausted. It was 2:30 at the night, and we have showed up all our technicalities which can show up. We can did all the competitive thing. We have optimized to our extent. We thought that yes, we have done everything. Now just we need to submit and go away. But at that point also, in the night, we got a thing in the mind that why not to go for the test case and all other test cases by some tricks which are not ethical, I would say. But in a competition, you have to storm your brain, and you have to get some things done to get your score increased, to get your points, because no one is going to ask you how you did it. Just they'll see the score, because when you see the score, you see the score, you don't see the pillars behind it. So what we thought is that let's try to trick the compiler. So what we did was we sometimes we added some extra test cases. We sometimes refactored the output files, which was actually output file is a text file or a jar file. So we refactored, and from that, I won't say tremendous increase in our score was there, but at least a small increase in our test, our score was there, from which we were able to move. And I don't remember exactly, but hundreds or thousands of ranks above or below. Sorry, above. So that helps actually. If you are means very good at the skills of refactoring or debugging, or you can or checking how the input file is going to hamper the output file, or what is the expected output file for the compiler to give us a score, that is the very best thing. But now 3.5 hours were over, and we were just like that, yes, now we have done the solution. And last half an hour we were just trying to find this some loopholes in the compiler and give the test case to increase the output. And at the end of 4 hours, we were this at the score 8953744, and we submitted the code, and hopefully in the world rank we got 2473, and all India rank was 582. So this was thing. So now to summarize our experience in the that day, or maybe the next day, because we started at 12 o'clock. It was a good experience to be very frank, because it was very new thing and we were not guided. I find us means myself or our teammate misfortunate that there was no one to guide us about that it is an optimization problem, and as you guys now, all of you know that this was an optimization problem and you just need to find a solution and optimize it. So it would have saved our 40 to 50 minutes in the earlier thing, and we could have optimized it a bit more. So this is the thing. Just remember, any solution will work. You need to optimize on it, and then you will get score. That's definite. You will get score, because no problem is there that it won't be solved in a single solution or a single try. Just brainstorm it. One thing is important. Just because if we are repeating optimization more than 2 times, or we are repeating it multiple times, so do not just go and jump into coding. Reading the problem statement is the most important thing. Still, let it be computer programming or let it be the hash code or any other competition, reading the problem statement is very important. Give 30 minutes if you want to read the problem statement, but when you come up with a solution, just come up with a solution. Do not think of extreme cases at the start. Just come up with a solution and submit it. Afterwards you can think. As Rahul has already told that the highest score will be counted, so feel free to submit as many time you want to submit the solution. Just first read the problem statement with 30 minutes or 15 minutes, however you're comfortable with. Once you have got a clear, crisp understanding of the problem statement, what it's going to do, and what are the things we need to perform in this, then you can go ahead and scratch a solution on a scratch pad, and just someone can code it and you can submit it and then try to optimize the solution. So this was all about their experience and you can take aways from this. So now next will be the Q&A session. If anyone have you have any of the doubts, I think there will be multiple doubts with all of you, so you can ask it. So okay, so can we start with the chat box only? I guess Darshan has written a doubt. Are we going to get the recording of the session? Rohit, can you please
Yeah,
address
I have
this?
answered him. Currently, there are some issues with the platform, but we are trying our best to get the recording and put it out on YouTube, and they can watch it over here. We'll also float
Yep.
the YouTube link.
Great, great. Okay, Harish Rane is asking uh, from MCUC. I'm here. Would you like to guide me how things on community work? So, how the things in the community. So, Harish, is this related to hash code?
Sahil, I guess all the things are already there. So I guess the question, the actual question that we have here is by Harish. Do we need to be do we need to be very good programmer or normal level is okay? So as I answered, you just need to be aware of one programming language on the implementation level basis. So that is pretty much all you need. Recognition to the server, there is not anything like team lead over there. When we said team lead, what we actually meant was that so for example, in our team, if I'm making the team, we will say that I'm the team lead, but there is no actually any position for the team lead over there. All the four members are same. There is no any team lead. There is no any special recognition for being the team lead. It's just like we used it for our convenience only to just elaborate the things more clearly. Okay, I
Yep.
think that.
Yes. And Mahesh is asking that can we participate from any college? Yeah, you can participate from any college. Just make sure you have a team to join in, and even you can participate in any of the hub. Just hub will have to accept.
Even you can include if you have any working professional in your team. So there is no any constraint over
Yep.
there. What you need is just one Google account and one Google profile, and then you can just ask your team members to join over there. So there are no any restrictions over there, and this is a global level competition, so there is no college level restriction over there.
Yes. If any other
Just
doubts?
a moment, Sahil. Sorry to cut you short, but I request everyone to fill the feedback form that I'm floating over here, so that we all can know what you want or how was the session. So while Sahil and Rahul continue answering your questions, you can fill it. I'm dropping the link now. Yes, Sahil, you may continue.
Yep. Okay, Sarvesh is asking, Rahul, can you please repeat how the submission process is going to work? I guess you will be better to
Okay,
address
okay,
this.
okay. Sure. Okay. As I showed you that there will be some expected to write a script, run the script on the test cases, get the output files. Okay. So the output files you will be having seven different. For example, in our case, for their output files, and on the online judge you will be provided with an option to just upload those files for each test cases. Each test cases there will be a separate upload option over there. 7 upload option will be there, and you will have to upload your particular output file over there. And when you click submit, it will take some 1 to 2 minutes to simulate those test cases and give you score. Okay, so there is some time lagging over there. So this is how actually the submission works. uh,
Yep,
I think that answers your
that
question.
that Okay, Harish is asking again, can you please guide us if we are stuck at some point, how can we reach you? Harish, so even we will be participating this time also, the same problem statement will be with you and us. But I won't think this will be ethical to do. So,
Sahil, I guess he's talking about the pre-competition thing, that until the competition is being started, this 12 to 13 days. If you need any guidance, we are
yeah,
available
that's
on
okay.
LinkedIn, we are available on Instagram. So you can just ping us.
Okay.
We will be sharing our profiles over here
Yes, yes,
at the end.
okay. And Yash is asking, can you repeat the part where you optimize the result to the end to gain more points? Yes. So, what was there? We had a solution with us, which was giving us some point. Then afterwards, we need to just figure out what test cases are not giving you the points. For example, there were three test cases in our case which were not giving us any of the point. So first of all, we thought that there is some of the loophole in our code that is been the code is breaking there. So we went to a code. We did a code walkthrough. In the code walkthrough only, you will understand that there is some problem where this code might stuck, because when you will see the input file, you'll be clear at that point. If you are in the competition for 1.5 hour, you are your mind is such that it has everything formatted in such a way that you know that yes, if this is there, this is going to be. So when you go through the code and walk through when you walk through your code, then you'll get to know that yes, this is the thing, this is breaking. So few of the test cases will be giving you points like that. But at the end, at the very end, if you have nothing left and you have walked through your code multiple of times, then what you can do is you can just see in the input file and you can expect. You means, for example, there are some cases from which you can just draw in the white paper and you know that this should be the output on the output file should be there. So you can just go to the output file and make the changes there and just submit it there. This will give you very less points because the input file is very large and output file also is going to be very large. But yes, if you want to optimize your scores, then you can do that thing. I hope that answers yes. Okay, Harish is asking, I mean that if not able to submit the code and some technical problems at the time, will you help? Okay, so Harish, I'll explain the process. For example, when you will start the Google HashCode competition, there will be a meet hosted or there will be event hosted by Google itself. They'll be guiding through every process. If you even have a query to submit what we can say, submit a solution or downloading a zip file, there will be a portal open for you at that time of the 4 hours. You can query there. Or if not possible, if in the extreme cases, if you have any issues, yes, you can reach out to us because we'll be also available at that time. I hope
To
that Harish
add,
that clarifies it.
just to add to what Sahil said, we also have a Discord server and we have a
Yep.
separate channel for HashCode 2022. So feel free to join the server and just connect with everyone, ask your doubts
Yes.
before the competition.
Yep.
And also,
Yep.
Sahil and Rahul are also there on the server, so they can also help you out in
Yes.
case.
Yes. For sure. For sure. Any other questions? If you have, you can feel free to ask here. I guess there is a question in Q&A. Okay. Okay, that was already answered by Rahul. Thanks, Harish. Any other questions?
The purpose of session, you have got the purpose of session, why we had this session. We want to change the mentality. We want maximum participation from our college under the virtual hub of PCCoE only. So that is one thing again. So there were some misunderstandings about the competition that we wanted to clear. Okay, so I hope that a clear and maximum out of you will be participating over there.
Okay,
If
then please make sure to fill out the feedback form also.
Okay, yes. And if there
Thanks,
is any
Harish.
question, please ask. Can we add pictures also in group? Yes, you
You can
can
add.
add,
You
I
can add
guess. You can add.
because any industry professional and anyone can join if
But
have if they have.
I would say that if you're in college right now, so you should be participating with students. That's my part. You can actually take your decision. Even if I said you can include industry professionals if you want. Okay, so that is up to you totally.
Yep. I guess Rohit, you're on time and no more questions in the chat box.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Let me just drop social media accounts of Rahul, and it will be better if Sahil, you can also drop your social media
Yep.
links. Uh, Everyone can connect with Rahul, and if you have any questions, you can use the Discord server. You can message him on LinkedIn. Uh, that's all. I mean, thank you everyone for joining and spending Saturday morning with us. We are really sorry. We know you all had a hectic week, and still you joined. We appreciate it. So I guess there are no more doubts. Should I close the session then?
Yes, we can.
All right then. Thank you everyone. Goodbye.
Yep.